never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It's a hump day Wednesday, so of course that means it's time for another weekly top 10 countdown. And this week's top 10 countdown is going to be really fun, and I'm going to try my best not to laugh because I know it's hard to talk and have a conversation while you're laughing. But this week's top 10 countdown may cause me to laugh, but I'm going to try not to. This is going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to it. If you know anybody who likes to laugh, please tell them to watch this video. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, and share the video. And this week's top 10 countdown is going to be top 10 all-time best birth names. Now, I did not use any sports in any sport, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever, because I might come back later and do another one that's top 10 best all-time sport players' names. So I figure since I might do that later, today I would leave out sports and just make it top 10 all-time best birth names that are not any kind of ball player names. Now, if you would like to read some of these names, feel free to. You can get on Google, and there's numerous websites to go to read them. I probably read 85 or 90, and I narrowed it down to 10, but it's 10 that I think I can say without laughing, and it's 10 that are not over-the-top, vulgar sounding, and it's 10 that don't have cuss words in them, because some people's legit birth names actually have cuss words in them. And I don't know if it's cussing or not, because you have to say the person's name, but they actually had cuss words in the pronunciation of their name. So I left those out, and the ones I think I would laugh too hard about, I left out. But without further ado, this is top 10 all-time best birth names, and this is first and last name. Number 10, Gay Sailor. Number 9, Beautiful Existence. Number 8 was a doctor by the name of Harold Baldich. Number 7, Cash Money. Now, you better grow up and be a millionaire if your legit birth name is Cash Money. Number 6, and this one's going to be hard, Cherries, Waffles, Tennis. And yes, that is somebody's actual legit birth full name, Cherries, Waffles, Tennis. 10 through 6 again is Gay Sailor, Beautiful Existence, Harold Baldich, Cash Money, and Cherries, Waffles, Tennis. And the reason why I specified first and last name is because I knew a girl one time whose name was LaDasha. No clue what her last name was, but her first name was LaDasha. But her mom and dad tried to be unique, and instead of spelling out the entire word LaDasha, they put a L at the beginning, a at the end, and a dash in the middle. So when you looked at her name, you knew the dash was Dash. So it was LaDasha. I also knew a girl one time whose parents named her To Light a Candle. No idea what her last name was, but her first name, full first name, was To Light a Candle. But they put no spaces in the word, so it looked like one long word, when in reality it was 4 words put together, To Light a Candle. But I didn't want to use just first names. I wanted to use first and last names because in a lot of cases it makes it funnier. But let's go ahead and do 5 through 1. Number 5, Charity Beaver. Number 4 was a real estate agent by the name of Chip Monk. Number 3 was a lady who got arrested for drugs, and her actual birth name was Crystal Metheny. Number 2 was a guy by the name of Do You Know Me? And the best name in the history of the world, a guy that when I read the article celebrated his 90th birthday recently, but I think it was an older article. His name was Dick Cock, and that is the best name in the history of mankind. There will never be a better name than Dick Cock. That name will be hard to beat. And you know, it's funny, when I was reading this article trying to narrow 85 or 90 names down to 10 that I thought I could get through without laughing and that didn't sound over the top vulgar and didn't have cuss words in their name, because one person's actual name, the first name was a bad word and the second name was a bad word. So I asked my wife, can I say that? Should I say that? Because to me it's cussing, but when it's somebody's name, you're not really saying it to anybody else. You're saying their name. So I decided I'm not going to do that. I will feel guilty just for saying that. But I was talking to somebody at work last week about names, and I mentioned to them that I've never understood how, and still don't see how, any man that's ever lived that's name is Richard goes by the name Dick. I've never understood how anybody got Dick out of Richard. But any man I've ever known whose name was Richard, people call him Dick. But you would think if your last name was Cock, you wouldn't call yourself Dick. Who wants to be known as Dick Cock? That is absolutely terrible. But any thoughts on this week's Top 10 Countdown, please feel free to let me know. As I said, if you're a sports fan, you can sit back and within 25 seconds think of 9, 10, 11, 12 off-the-wall names that belong to some ball player, whether it was baseball, basketball, football, whatever. Because I've been watching sports now for 30 years, and in my 30 years of watching sports, I've seen some weird names along the way. So I may come back eventually and do top 10 all-time best player names, not just one sport, but all sports, because there are several of them. Again, any thoughts on this week's Top 10 Countdown, please feel free to let me know. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My daughter was doing a history homework, and she asked me what I knew about Galileo. And I said, He was a poor boy from a poor family. If you're a fan of classic rock music, you get that dad joke. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.